All right, YouTube, it's good to be back. I'm here after a year. I'll give this thing one more shot, and I'm gonna be consistent and stick with it. But I just had this random idea to do this first video back. I'm just talking about the slip of an athlete and how you can get your old body back. The body that you had when you performed at your highest level. The body that you had when you felt extremely confident, possibly overconfident in yourself, and how you were compared to your peers and people that may not have been athletes, student athletes themselves. So one instance I can remember that really put me in a situation where I really got massively out of shape was when my wife had my first son. And I gained about 25 pounds, probably off fat, 25 pounds in the span of about 8 months. And the way that I gained that weight was, number one, I wasn't working out. I didn't work out one time during my first son's infancy. I did not work out one time, and I was eating, I think, a quart. I think I was eating a quart. It's the basically like the family size ice cream container. I was eating one of those every night, and when I finished it, I would go to the store the very next day and get another one and finish that one. And I did that. I can't even remember how many consecutive days I did that for, but it became habitual. And I don't like to talk about stuff like addictions or addictive personality and stuff like that, but I started to come to the conclusion that, and I don't want to call it an addictive personality, but I have a personality that if I like something and I deem it as exceptionally good or exceptional, I'm only going to gravitate toward that thing. And I'm the type that will buy the same pair of shoes over and over. I'll buy the same pair of pants, the same workout clothes over and over, the same hat over and over, because I like it, I vetted it, and it fits all my criteria. So that's what that ice cream was for me. And a bigger thing what that ice cream was for me was, it was a coping mechanism for me not having a set of systems in place to be able to navigate when my world got rocked and turned upside down by this new beautiful human being that my wife just brought into the world. And that really tested me. That really tested my level of discipline, my level of focus. It really tested my level of perseverance. And it really tested out on top of things that I actually was. So for me, I was making a lot of excuses. Oh, I'm young. This is my first son. I don't know what I'm doing. Or this is the time to rest. And this is the time to focus on the baby. All of those are valid explanations and excuses to spend time with your family and take it slow and ease into this new era of your life. But it's not an excuse to neglect yourself and put yourself in a position where when you look into the mirror, you don't even like what you see. So that was the situation that I put myself into. So what that made me think about was, there are a lot of former athletes out here experiencing the same thing, and I just want to give a little bit of insight into how you can move past that and put yourself back in a position where you like what you see in the mirror, performing at a high level again, and you just got that pep in your step and that zeal and that energy to win for life again. So number one is, this can go even beyond babies, even if you don't have children. Number one is, you have to think about the agreement that you made with your younger self. What was that agreement? Was that I told myself I'll never get fat, I'll never get out of shape. That was my agreement. When I looked in the mirror a few times, I was absolutely on my way to very much, I won't say obese because I don't want to exaggerate, but my pant size were up, my pants were not fitting. I think I went up maybe maybe 3 pant sizes. My stomach definitely was hanging over. And one weird thing that always stuck with me, and that I always thought was weird, was that my belly button had gotten so deep. And I would always tell my wife this, and she would always just be like, why is that the thing that you focus on most, is the belly button being so deep? For me, the belly button being deep means like there's a lot of body fat and subcutaneous fat around my abdomen that's causing my belly button to be pushed in deeper and be further away from the surface. But you gotta remember the agreement that you made with yourself, whether that was when you were 19, when you were 15, when you were 20, 21. Remember that agreement, go back to it and revisit it. And now you have to think in a different way, because you no longer have the obligation of sports, structured competition. You're in life, which is another form of sports and another form of structured competition, but you have to be able to make it translate to what it is that is applicable to you. So that's number one. Number two is, you gotta find a way to get ahead of whatever it is that's your biggest Achilles heel. Whatever it is that's your biggest deficiency, you have to pinpoint that and you have to relentlessly nail down on it in order to get ahead of it. So I know for me, that's being proactive and not letting situations creep up on me. Not letting stuff wait to the last minute. If I got something that I know I need to knock out, that's gonna put myself and my family in a better position. Go ahead and get it knocked out, even if it's going to require me some cerebral toil, or it's going to be exceptionally challenging in areas that have notoriously been challenging for me. I'm learning to sit down and really focus in it and stress myself mentally, cerebrally, intellectually, like I stress myself physically. I've been stressing myself physically since I was maybe 5-6 years old, but now I have to focus on this different realm, and I got to stress myself intellectually. I've always stressed myself intellectually to a point, but now the stakes are much higher and the game is getting a lot more intricate because of the extra added variables. I would say that I'm getting much better at it, but I still have a long way to go. Now, since that 25-pound incident, my wife has had my second son. He's 2 months old now, and I've worked out consistently for majority of his infancy and for the majority of the time that she was pregnant. So I made a vow to myself during that time that I would not let that happen again. So I kept that promise to myself, and I'm keeping that promise to myself, and it's paying off. I feel good about my body. I feel good about my performance, and things are moving how I want them to move, and it's good because it's essential to me and my business and the company that I run. I run a private training facility here in Prince George's County, right outside of Washington, D.C., and I need to be, I'm basically my company's billboard, so I need to be in a certain form. I need to be in a certain level of shape. So number two. And the third thing is you got to make a commitment, but the commitment has to be, it has to be digestible. You can't define a goal that's so lofty that it feels insurmountable. And I know as athletes, at times we tend to think in grandeur and the most glorified outcome, but operating outside here in the real world where there's so many other things that you don't know and don't have knowledge about, one less thing to do is put more pressure on yourself about a goal that you can achieve if you would just set it sustainably, but you instead choose to make it lofty and add stress to your plate. So that's one thing that you don't want to do. So that's the three things that I think would really help former athletes really get their body back, their body that they felt good operating at, that they felt good performing at, and really put them in a position to really be able to attack life and achieve what it is that they want to achieve on the other side of this thing, away from structured competition and stuff like that. So just wanted to make this random video and come on. I just had that thought. So, and if you're dealing with not feeling like you used to feel, not feeling like you're at your performance weight, feeling like your body is breaking down on you, or there's things that you need to do but you're just not doing them, if you need accountability or anything like that, reach out to me. I'll maybe put links to my website, links to my company in the YouTube description, maybe, so you can hit the links in the description and we can get on a call and work something out and see if we can get you back to where you want to be. First things first is getting you back to baseline. Then once we get you back to baseline, then we can build from there. But just wanted to come on here as my first video back. It feels good making this video. I feel a lot more calm and a lot more natural making this video. So I'm looking forward to keeping it going. And I will see y'all in the next video. Just remember, the competition is still on. Train accordingly. I'm out.